What's going on, baseball gamers? It's Spencer, and like you clicked on that title, you're wanting to see some Cerberus gameplay, and obviously my review. This weapon's really good. Obviously, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's one of those weapons that does actually a pretty good amount of damage, and it feels really, really unique. I've been asking for one of these kinds of weapons for a long time, and well, we got it. And if you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense. I'll shout you out. And speaking of that, shout out to the real shiny hero. Shout out to the big homie. Sorry, I literally had to read it. LOL, huh? KW. Shout out to Ported Bird, No Realiotti, and Fizzarella 420. If you subscribe like they did, you get shout out. It's a pretty simple deal. But I mean, you clicked on this video for a specific reason. This weapon is, like I said in the beginning, this is a very unique weapon. Like you've just seen with this weapon, I literally just picked up another one off the ground. This weapon has 4 variants within it, which is so, I don't even know how to explain it. This is something I don't think anybody's ever asked for, yet it's just so cool. Like, I don't see how this hasn't been done already. Cherk, honestly, they knocked it out with this. Honestly, I feel like it was a really good idea. It was something different. I mean, they could have messed this one up, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was playing this map for the first time, you know, the second time, third time, and then I finally got the weapon because I was having some trouble. And then I finally got it, and man, oh man, it is so much fun. It is so worth it. It's not like tedious like Firebase, where you do that stupid dartboard step and then you have to wait a couple rounds. No, you can literally go balls to the wall, just get this weapon as fast as you want. It literally just depends on how like good you are at the map. And the weapon's worth it. It's genuinely worth it. Like the stupid weapon from Firebase, it's just not good. The AK-84 is just not good in comparison to this weapon. And I don't want this video just to be about the AK, obviously. But I do want to compare this weapon to other weapons first. And let's just get out of the way. The ray gun, it can compare with this weapon. I'm not going to lie. The damage output, it compares. It actually does have a good amount. But one thing that makes this weapon stand out completely more is obviously it can change weapon variants, right? But as you can see in the gameplay, I run out of ammo and I get another weapon instead. It is extremely hard with this weapon to run out of ammo, and it is absolutely insane how much damage you do, considering the fact basically you have infinite ammo. It's one of those weapons that's crazy to think. Like, it's basically like you have alchemical antithesis, gobblegum from Black Ops 3 Zombies, but yet you don't, and this weapon just constantly... It's the gift that keeps giving, to be honest. Like, you run out of, you know, this weapon, the shotgun one, the shotgun variant, you get your pistol variant, which is so amazing. I love that. And that brings me to my second point. The variants of this weapon add so much gameplay variety. It can really just change up, and you can play with the style that you like. If you like getting up close, they have a shotgun one that spreads out, and even then, it has range. The Enlightenment one is kind of like an assault rifle, beam rifle, around there. You know, if you want to like take out enemies and do high damage to bosses, this is a really good one. Takes out manglers really well and melts their arm cannon, as you can see right there. And it also takes out those floating guys. I don't know their names exactly yet. I think it starts with an F, but it takes them out pretty good too. And then this one, the Cerberus quality, this one personally is my favorite. You have this little like ball that pops out of your gun, and it shoots zombies as you shoot zombies, and I don't think it takes ammo either, and it does a lot of damage, and it shoots really fast, kind of like a submachine gun kind of play. Like, it's quick like a handgun, but it's also shooting fast like a submachine gun, and has a really high damage output. And then finally you have this kind of like weapon that it's kind of like it shoots little missile rockets. Like, it's good. It's good for like mid-range, mid-up close. It's really hard to explain. I'll put it in right now, but it's a pretty cool looking, you know, it plays pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. This weapon also, it's really crazy. Like, even though I know I went over every variant, but every variant has range. It's really weird. Like, even though you have a shotgun variant, it has range, and it does about the same amount. You know, I don't know why. There's no real penalty to each weapon. Like, personally, I enjoy the pistol variant a lot more, just because I feel like I do more damage with it than, say, like the assault rifle one. But also, weapon like the variant with the seeker missile, it does kind of the same, but it plays different. Like, I can do a lot of damage up close, And it may fall off just a little bit just because it's a seeker missile, and obviously if it doesn't hit the missiles, obviously it's not going to do damage. But the pistol, it's going to do more damage because it's concentrated. Same with the assault rifle. It all just depends on the variant and the kind of the play style you're playing with and how you're using the weapon, which is really unique about this weapon because you have to change how you play, but not in a bad way. It's not forcing you. It's more so just opting you out to do different varieties of gameplay, and it keeps the gameplay fresh. That's one thing I really do like about this weapon. It's not one of those weapons you just use panically. You don't have much ammo in it. You're just going to use it when you're stuck in a corner, turn around maybe. Not like the Thunder Gun or the Apothecon Servant. You use this weapon all the time. You don't even have to worry about buying ammo for this weapon. Like I said, it has really good ammo capacity, and obviously that's a really good thing, especially in this game when obviously, ammo isn't the issue. It's more so about when you have a tier 3 Pack-a-Punch and, it's just literally just sitting there, just taking so much of your points just to simply buy ammo for it, which is the problem with the ray gun, which I'm about to get to in right now. The ray gun, like I said in the beginning of the video, does have a lot of damage, and it can compare with this weapon. And in fact, you can literally carry the ray gun with this weapon too, which is so unique because you cannot do that with the Ray K84 or, I think that's literally it for the Wonder Weapons and Cold War Zombies. But it proves my point. This weapon really does bring uniqueness because, like before, this has never happened before. You can carry 2 Wonder Weapons finally in Zombies. I don't know if you guys know, but that is a pretty big breakthrough thing. Mule Kick has really been kicking ass and taking names, but obviously, Treyarch has allowed this weapon to be paired with the ray gun, which is really, really nice. And obviously, just comparing them alone, it does sound bad just because you can literally just use both of them at the same time. Why even pick and choose, right? You can literally just have both if you're lucky enough, which is really, really nice. I think that is a really cool feature in this kind of, game right now. I hope they continue to bring this, at least for weapons like this. I hope they do variant modes of guns, not just say with this, but just in general, maybe you can have flamethrower, shotgun, all that cool nonsense. But with this weapon too, also, I know I was talking about damage, but this weapon actually does keep up. If you read just the top right corner right there, I'm on round 35. It takes a little bit to kill a Soldat, but obviously, that's just literally how the game's gonna play. When you get in those higher rounds, 35, 45, I get to, weapons aren't going to do as well. You're going to need Ring of Fire, which is totally fine. I think that's not a big deal to me, to be honest. It takes out zombies, to be honest, fairly well, and it really depends on the variant you use. This pistol version isn't exactly the best at taking out boss zombies, and it took out zombies fairly well with just that kind of fire rate, which is really nice too. I'm not gonna lie, with this weapon, it makes the map feel alive. Those maps that just have those Wonder Weapons that really speak out. I'm not saying it's on the staff tier or the bow tier, but it definitely is something worth playing the map for. Even if you don't like the map, hell, you get to play with a sick Wonder Weapon, and honestly, it is absolutely worth it. I'm not just saying this because honestly, I really do like Mauer Toten. I think it was well done, even though it was kind of a campaign map. If you guys played the campaign, it's still different, and there's lots of parts to it that aren't even in the campaign. But this gun is truly worth using solely just for joining the map. I played this map for 4 hours, and I still want to jump in just so I could play with this weapon. I'm watching this gameplay, and it just looks so much fun just playing with this weapon. It's so I don't know, it's just an all-around great weapon that's genuinely just fun playing with. I feel like we don't get enough fun weapons, and now that we actually get one in Cold War, it's genuinely just such a beautiful thing. I've been wanting a Wonder Weapon that's just absolutely just knock out of this park with Cold War, and we haven't got it yet. But now we have finally today, or technically tonight or this morning, because it's literally 5:33 in the morning, and I got to get up in 4 hours for the Easter egg hunt. So that's going to be fun. But, by the time this is done, I'm already, on that. But this weapon really does bring light to the map, and I just want to clarify that this weapon, I really hope they don't nerf it. They nerfed the ray gun 2 times. They nerfed the Ray K 1 time, pretty heavy. But I hope this weapon just does not get touched. I mean, it clears out zombies. You can see right now, I'm literally just tanking hit. I mean, obviously not anymore. I just die. But it's just an all-around great weapon. I think is really good. Plus, another great thing that I didn't really talk about all too much is this weapon only seems to fall off on those higher rounds. I didn't reach like round 50 or 60 or 70 in this game, or even, you know, like higher than that. But from what I've seen, this weapon is a really good weapon for those low rounds. And even though it drops off at the end, like towards the higher rounds, all wonder weapons sort of do that. And I feel like this is the weapon that kind of carries through the longest, which is really nice to see. I mean, unfortunately, I died, so I can't really show you. But it is one of those weapons that kind of just lasts a long time. And just, I don't know, it's something different. Like, I know I keep saying that, but I don't want to sound like a broken record. But the fact that weapons can literally just change with one, you get 4 wonder weapons technically with this weapon. Like, that is just absolutely mind-bending to me. And I think it's honestly, I mean, obviously, you know, the map just came out, but I'm really hoping this weapon isn't underappreciated. I really do enjoy this weapon. I think it's one of those weapons that I just absolutely kind of carry, to be honest. And I feel like it makes Mallard or Toten kind of whole. I wish there was just like a little bit of different elements within Cold War, but this weapon definitely makes the map replayable itself. Like, I don't know how replayable this map would be without this weapon alone, because it is a really truly great weapon, and I really see this weapon kind of being like the highlight of this kind of map. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, do you remember, you know, the Cerberus? Like, oh yeah, that was like such a grand idea. Like, I genuinely think it's one of those weapons that's going to be remembered for a long time. I mean, it's the first of its kind. I mean, the first of its kind with the origin stabs. I mean, literally think back, you know, back to that. People were just absolutely mind blown that you could shoot, like, you know, snow. Now you can shoot a shotgun shell. You can shoot a laser beam. But I mean, if you can't tell, this weapon, honestly, I personally love it. If you haven't already, you know, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense. Really helps me out. And if you made it this far, you deserve a cookie. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but this weapon's amazing. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See ya.